All right, I'll call the January regular meeting to order with a salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Scott Latham.
Here.
Tom Kennedy.
Here.
Tom Bratton.
Here.
Joanne Hagerman.
Here.
Mr. Pryor.
Here.
In the event of an emergency, all visitors are advised that they may exit this room from the one side door which leads directly into the parking lot. In the event of an emergency, everyone is asked to move away from the building and do not attempt to leave in your automobiles, since this may cause traffic problems or block incoming emergency vehicles.
Thank you, Patty. Our first hearing of visitors, anybody would like to speak about anything that's on the agenda? No. Okay. That moves us to our consent agenda, which is our approval of minutes, financial matters, CSEs, surplus. That's about it. Surplusing a printer, if anybody wants one. Could I get a motion on our consent agenda?
So,
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Old business. Do we have any old business? Okay. Tony, it's you.
So, state budgets came out yesterday. It's really too early to talk about them. The first proposal from the governor came out yesterday. There were increases in a lot of the reimbursable aid, like UPK and BOCES fees and things like that. And then there were minimal increases in the foundation aid. Again, this is the first run. It still needs to go through the legislatures, and they'll hash it out. But the fact is, it's promising that this came out balanced as early as it did. It was a bit of a surprise. Like, we didn't even get notice that it was coming out till yesterday morning, and it came out yesterday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, that's good news. We have our elementary concert tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Our winter concert is tomorrow. And Happy New Year to everybody. I think I said it during the budget meeting, but I'll say it now because this is our normal meeting. It's wonderful to have everybody back, and we're looking forward to a great year.
All righty. That takes us to personnel. Employees leaving the district part-time permanent. Patty O'Day will be retiring at the end of this year. Heather Gearing will be retiring at the end of this year. Wish them well. Employees entering the district full-time permanent. Andrew Frazier, Maintenance Mechanic 2. Renee DePinto, Teacher Aide. Colleen Finn, Teacher Assistant.
Colleen is with us today.
Hi, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Employees entering the district full-time temporary. Skylar Dobry, English teacher leave replacement effective the 9th of February through the end of the year. Employees entering the district part-time temporary, substitute teacher assistant, teacher aide, Megan McKay, and coaching junior high softball, Dan Gosnell, and weight room Joe Irwin. Can I get a motion on those personnel appointments? Second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now I can say welcome aboard.
Each.
We have an MOA. I need a motion to approve the MOA between the SFA and the district. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Committees, finance,
Nothing?
building?
No.
Policy, we have a meeting at Wednesday? That was the day you were?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be Wednesday. That'll be posted if anybody wants to come. And the 26-27 calendar, did we all have a chance to look at that? And can't believe how late Labor Day is the 7th of September.
Yeah. So it's
It's going to be a weird,
an interesting year, a start to the year. And listen, every year has become more and more challenging because we try to recognize every group, which means we've had more holidays than we've ever had before. And, we're trying to really squeeze and fit more in. So when you get a year like this, it was challenging putting together the calendar for this year. There are some differences between different areas, based on culturally, what they represent, or even contractually, when they can start. And we've always had some issues with that. Some school districts start before the holiday. Some it says in their contract they can't start till after the holiday. And in this particular year, since the holiday's the 7th, that creates a great challenge for anybody that can't start until after the holiday, because you really then have to squeeze your days in, which means you got to shorten your vacations, and that makes it tight because you have kids missing. Like if a family is not coming back from a family vacation until after you start, that's difficult for that child. But so we're as aligned with BOCES as we possibly can be, because we do have kids that go to BOCES, so we try to stay as aligned with them as we can. But if you have any questions on it, I don't have a copy with me. It was sent to you guys.
Yeah, it's in there. I didn't bring it.
It was in the packet.
Yeah, a couple times.
Okay. New business. Does anybody have?
We need a motion.
Oh,
to approve.
okay. Can I get a motion on approving the 26-27 school calendar, please? Second.
Second.
All in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. New business.
Actually, it should have been maybe brought up during the old business, but during the budget, we had some discussion from a community member who I see is in the audience tonight. I don't know if we did any follow-up on the,
You did, I sent it in the update. I met with Major and actually all of the people. We have 4 or 5 offices down there. And there have been no complaints about any of our heating or HVAC. There could have been a day when you were down there that it was, maybe not up and running, or maybe the ACs weren't on, or the only problem we found, and we met with the kitchen workers, and, they have their typical, like when they turn the ovens on, it gets warm in the kitchen, and they either open the window or turn the air conditioner on. The only problem that we found that we're actually trying to work on right now is the HVAC unit in the NJROTC room is noisy. We don't really know why. It was put in prior to myself and Anthony coming here. So he has the HVAC guys coming out to see if they could remediate that. I did ask Major and if it's ever an issue, and he said not really, because they don't use it during the day. He said they may turn it on sometimes at nights or earlier in the year, but he said it's really not something they use on a regular basis, so it doesn't impact their class. But that was the only problem we found.
thank you.
Any other new business? All right. Speaking of NJROTC, they have earned first and second place finishes and have been invited to participate in the annual NJROTC National Orienteering Championship in San Falasco Hammock Preserve State Park in Alachua, Florida. From Sunday, March 15th to, Saturday the 14th to Sunday the 15th of March. And they'd fly down on the 13th, returning on the 15th. We need to approve the trip, and I don't see any reason why we wouldn't.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, now we're up to the second hearing of visitors. Anybody can get up to the mic and speak about anything that you would like. Could you just go to the mic and
Yeah.
state your name and where you live?
Hi, I'm Kelly Shocker. I live in Southold. I was helping work on the playground a little bit with the elementary school, and Danielle Donahue and I were taking a look at that, and I was curious if there was any updates with the budgeting in the process.
So as we're building our budget, work on the playground is in it. In what form? since our state budget just came out yesterday, I can't tell you, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, playgrounds, between the requests from some of the companies that we contract with and the one that Danielle found, playgrounds run between 250 and 500,000 to redo the way they need to be redone now. You know, safety requirements and the way you do a playground now is not the same way that you did a playground 30 years ago. And in some cases, like the rubberized surfaces that we would like to have, I think it was a $96,000 surface. So it kind of ends up jacking the prices up. So as of now, we're looking at building it in. We started really that process last year. You know, so that is the plan for now. You know, exactly where it lands, when we get further into our budget proposals, we'll know. We just didn't, you know, until yesterday, we didn't have any numbers, so we don't, we don't have exact final numbers, but that's where we're at with it, yeah.
When it comes to the rubberized surface, like I sent out that like site plan, I'm an architect, just, you know.
Yeah.
I sent out a site plan of like kind of what I was hoping. We were talking about kind of reimagining and getting some more play spaces and things
Yeah.
like that, and the substrate, like the flooring surface is a big part of that. So where that rubberized piece comes in, I think Danielle had already started thinking about getting some donations from
Yeah.
various people, but they need a place to actually, you know, physically sit. So part of it was how can we make space for potential donations down the road, how to kind of utilize the space better. Things are really disjointed. There's not a lot of shade. There was a couple of key points that kind
So
of
the
were
graphics that you showed me were, the stuff that you guys showed me with the build-outs around some of the stuff that we have there now, that you were gonna do with donations and stuff like that, that was not included in this. This is
just the
the
red
actual
playground, yeah.
play area, and then our play area is like jutted. It's not like, so we're looking at doing one big rectangular area that will cover more of it.
So that's what I tried to do in the site plan, was just kind of, I think the current wood chip area is actually much bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah.
So the quote that I think Danielle had got was for rubberizing the wood chip area, but I don't think, like, there's fall protections and code requirements for what you have to be able to do, and ADA requirements. But that area doesn't have to be as large as what we have. So in terms of like cost, that 96,000 might be to do the entire
Yeah.
wood chip area. Doesn't have to be that large. So just,
Yep.
and then some concrete work as well and things like that that hopefully can be done by maintenance. But just you know, things that maybe could be considered in the larger
Yeah.
span of things before you start demolishing. have a
We're, I
plan.
mean, Anthony happens to be really good with that stuff. Like, our guys are very capable of doing certain things. You know, and then other things not, like we can't pour the rubber surface, you know. And then, I think Anthony and Danielle are meeting with the company. Danielle, she CC'd me on an email today. I think in the next couple of days, they're meeting with the company, because we reached out with a lot of questions and we didn't really get a lot of answers from them. So they're meeting again to try to iron some of that out. So it's in the works.
I had some questions about how, like, if you wanted to expand on it and do different areas for those donations, make sense of the shoe and, like, add some other, like, play structures and things like that, that, again, they just need a place to be. And I don't know that you can phase construction in terms of demolishing and building new pathways and doing new areas of the poured rubber. I don't know, and my question for them would be how you can phase that, and if you can phase that, because if you're trying to expand upon it and have this kind of idea of where you're going, I don't want to just pave over what's there now and then realize that down the line you have to work backwards because you're undermining poured rubber that you did previously. So just, you know, making sure that there's a long-term plan.
I grab you at the end just so I can make sure I have the right questions to
Yeah,
ask.
Absolutely, yeah, and I can email you too, but,
Yep.
okay.
Thank you.
That was my question.
Donations should be routed through the Education Foundation.
Yeah, we talked about how that would
Depends
go.
on, yeah, it depends on how, what it's for and how they're doing it. The donations, if they're donating, like, they had a.
Monetary donations. I mean,
Yeah, monetary.
in kind, that can
Potentially,
obviously be.
But they were talking about people donating some work to kind of build out some of those areas to make them more usable for classes and, it was kind of like a storybook theme where you had the Mother Goose, and then you had some different ones. And so those types of donations of doing work and material and stuff like that would be made directly to the district. The board
We've done that before. The amphitheater was done on a donation.
board would accept.
Things like that, like I need builds. And we
Yeah.
kind of talked about how that would have to be. I mean, I'm an architect, so I can tell you how to build it,
Yes.
but not how to fund it. So I would definitely push that to you guys. But yeah, so we had some ideas of how to kind of like make it more cohesive, but really make it like
Yeah.
great. Like
They
a
were great
really-
ideas, and I actually shared with David Gamberg. I was with him yesterday at a meeting, and I shared with him some of the ideas, and he was very excited about it. You know,
I hope we can do it soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Okay. Board member commentary. Stand-in Lindsay. What's going on in the school?
Well, we have the red, white, and blue game this Thursday, which I'm excited for. We also have the chamber concert and the select concert, I think next Thursday. And like you said, the elementary school concert.
Pull that mic up a little bit.
What else? I know we were talking about planning a spring fling. We have to get donations for that. Yeah. Bowling team's good this year.
How are the college responses coming along?
Oh, they're good.
Are they starting to come in?
Yeah. Getting into a lot.
Do you know where you're going?
No, not yet. But I've got a few options. So.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah, we'll see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Go this way.
Happy New Year, and winter's almost over.
Except for Sunday.
Yeah.
Christian.
Yeah, storm coming this weekend, so everyone be safe and stay inside if you can on Sunday, and we'll see what it brings on Monday.
Dawn?
I see the PTA is doing the elementary Valentine's dance, which I don't know the last time the elementary had a dance, and I know that there's a lot of fun, excited buzz about that, and they're gonna do a fun pasta thing that my kids are personally very excited about. So I see a lot of good things coming up for our kids, bigger and older and younger.
Dawn?
Well, congratulations to ROTC with their finishes. That's amazing. And today's the first day of Q3, is that correct? So half the year? Do I have that right? Wow. So half the school year is already down, and yeah, here we go. So good luck, to everybody as on their journey and, academics and, being a senior is a really good, fun time. You're in downward slide, so good luck. That's it.
All right, thank you. I'd just like to congratulate Jim Stahl for the honor that he received as Educator of the Year. Congratulate ROTC for their first place finish overall in Linden. It's really a tremendous program. I mean, when it was last spring, I guess, when the training admiral came out and spoke, they just couldn't believe that a tiny little burg like our three schools could have such a great program. And I was astounded. They had 15,000 man-hours of community service. Linden, New Jersey has I think it's Linden, but some New Jersey school has the largest unit in the country, and it's like 400 kids in one school, and they only had 7,000. So it's something to be very proud of. I figure by the number of cars in the parking lot that robotics is in full swing.
They are.
Another program.
One's in my space.
Another program which, if you haven't had a chance to partake or even look at it, it's another phenomenal program that we provide here in Southold. That's just, for a small school, it's just awesome.
It's
So-
also all three schools now.
Yes. Oh, we have Mattatuck now?
Mattatuck joined us last year.
Oh, good.
Asked if they could join with us last year. So
Yeah.
now it's all three school districts.
Yeah, I remember Greenport started with Mercator Oshinsky, and he asked if he could come do it. And now he went to Yale, and he's some design tech with John Deere out in Iowa or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I wish everybody safe travels on Sunday. Stay home. There's no reason to go out. Don't let your kids know that school's going to be open on Monday regardless of how much snow falls. And can I get a motion for adjournment? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, everybody.